Hey y'all, it's 40 degrees in Louisiana now, and you know what that means. It's time for gumbo. Let's make one. Howdy y'all, welcome back to Old Southern Kitchen and Garden. It's a little chilly today, so Dale has requested that I make him a seafood gumbo, so I wanted to take y'all along while I was making it. Now, I grew up in South Louisiana, and I am from a true Cajun family. I don't just say I'm Cajun. I come from the Cajun area. I grew up in the Cajun area, and that's where I learned to cook. So when it actually gets cold, it makes me remember my dad a lot because, and I know everyone's going to say this, but my dad made the best gumbos. Whether it was duck or chicken and sausage or shrimp and okra or seafood, he would always make gumbos throughout the cold weather, the holidays. Dad always had it going. And with it, he would make his homemade potato salad, which I'll do in another video. But lost my dad a while back, and this just lets me remember him because it's one of the first dishes he taught me how to cook. In fact, I was right around 7 years old, and he showed me how to make a roux with a chair at the stove stirring it. I know it's dangerous for some people, but in my family, that's just what we did. So today we're going to make a seafood gumbo. It's going to consist of crab, fish, and shrimp. So let's get started with it. On the stove right here, I do have a pot of boiling water. I just wanted it to boil so that when I put the seafood in to make my stock, we didn't have to wait for it to come to a boil. So what I do first is this is frozen catfish. And the reason I throw it in there, Dad used to do it all the time, because sometimes in restaurants and even at home, if you didn't have a lot of money and you wanted the appearance of crab, if you put frozen fish in and it boils up and flakes off, you'll think it's the crab, and it gives you actually the taste of a crab. But the key to any good gumbo is a stock. If I'm making a seafood gumbo, I'm going to go with a crab stock. If I'm making chicken gumbo, I like to boil the whole chicken, bones and all, to give you a nice chicken bone broth. So what I'm going to do with this is Blue Point crab from Louisiana. You can get it pretty much in any store now. So it used to be something you can just get here. It's basically just whole crabs that have been shelled and cleaned. And I'm going to put this whole bowl in the water. And what that's going to do is it's going to boil down and actually release some of the crab meat into the gumbo, but it'll give you the best seafood stock that you have. Also at this time, I like to add my seasonings. And what I have here is 2 tablespoons of Tony's, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika and salt, a teaspoon of cayenne, which we like our stuff spicy, so I probably will add more in a little bit, and bay leaves. Just remember to take the bay leaves out before you serve it. So I'm going to pour that in there. I'm trying just to show people. People think that gumbos are extremely hard to make, and they're really not. I take it, and I've shown people how to make it who barely know how to cook. And they could come up with this recipe in an hour, maybe an hour and a half if you want it to simmer longer. But it's really a simple recipe to make. The only thing that would be difficult is a roux, which is flour, equal parts of flour and oil that you cook down until it gets to the color that you want. Right here I have a cup of roux that I've made previously, but if you don't feel like making a roux, all you have to do is get a jar of roux. I know people don't like jar roux. Some people, they're roux snobs is what I actually call them. But a jar roux is the same thing. It's just cooked down for you, and that's one step you do not have to take. You'll put it in your gumbo, it'll taste exactly the same. The only decision you have to make is they have a dark roux and a light roux. I like a darker roux in a seafood gumbo because it gives you a rich, nutty flavor as the flour actually cooks down. So I'm going to add this 1 cup to the pot now. And then I'm going to just let it boil for about 30 minutes so I can cook the flour out of the roux. And it'll give me the consistency and the color I want in the pot, which will also let me taste it to see if my seasoning's right, and I can add more seasoning then. So I'm going to put the lid back on here and let it cook for about 30 minutes, and I'll get back with you once that's done. Okay guys, I'm going to get Dale to bring the camera in. This has been simmering for 35 minutes. And as you can see, the crabs have turned red. If you pull it up, all you see is little flakes of the fish. The actual whole fish pieces are not in it. This is a big pot of gumbo. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. All we have left to do is add the shrimp. It's gonna cook for a couple more minutes.
That's the shrimp right there. Let me move back. Howdy, y'all. He started this without me. Because he ain't eating without me.
It's 1.5 pounds of peeled and deveined shrimp. I just got them at the store. So I'm just adding them in. Shrimp take no time to cook, and you don't want to cook them too much because you don't want them to be chewy, falling apart. So what I'm going to do is take this pot, put it back on the stove, and I'm going to let it simmer for another 10, maybe 15 minutes. And then it's going to be time to eat. Hey guys, it's been about 15 more minutes. The shrimp are perfectly cooked. The whole gumbo has come together in less than an hour, which is hard to say. I mean, a lot of people say seafood gumbos are hard to cook, but as you just saw, they're nowhere near hard. The only thing we have to do now is serve up a bowl and get to eating. I love the crabs. You can eat the legs and the claws and oh. If you're from Louisiana, you know what I'm talking about. There we go. The only thing that'll make it complete is rice.
Now, Chuck, are you going to show them the way that actual Louisianans eat their gumbo with a little scoop of something else in it, or no? He's not answering us, but the way he's moving, I assume he means
I am looking
yes.
for a plate.
This is ad lib, Joe. This is not.
Yeah.
This is
Not
not planned, but he's also not doing what I was talking about doing. So,
That's how I eat my gumbo.
so there you go, y'all. Actually, what I was, the people from Louisiana will know. I don't personally do this, but they put their potato salad, in the bowl with their gumbo. I personally think it looks kind of nasty that way.
See, that's something I've never done. I always have it on the side.
Yeah. So thanks for stopping by, y'all. Y'all have to give this a try. Both the recipe for the potato salad, which is totally awesome, and this awesome seafood gumbo. So y'all take care, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye guys.